you can throw us a question, and please do throw us many, many questions, at the N-E Café Twitter account, at N-E Café 2, or go onto the N Europe forums, where you'll find our N-E Café thread. Drop us a question. Just as Mike Wakely did. Waka Jr. on the N-E Café thread at the N Europe forums has asked us, which movies based on video games are your favourite or worst? Let's start by answering that first. There is an addendum to it, but we'll talk about that later. Nick, your most favourite game-related movie?
I don't think I have a favourite game-related movie, to be honest. I definitely have a worst.
Go on, then let's start with the worst. What's your worst?
To be honest, I've never seen Mortal Kombat.
No, I haven't seen it either.
I do remember...
You heard terrible things about it.
Yeah, me too. Apparently it is awful. I've never seen Tomb Raider, any of them.
The original ones with Angelina Jolie or the new one with Alicia Vikander?
Either. Not seen them.
Either. Okay. I saw the trilogy with Angelina Jolie. Awful.
Really?
And the new one I have here, and I need to watch it, but it's supposed to be very good.
I remember when I was about 7 or 8 years old, before I'd ever played it, one of my friends invited all of us round for a Street Fighter night, and we watched the Street Fighter movie.
Kylie Minogue.
I've not seen it since, but I remember being bored out of my mind that night. So I guess it's not a good film either.
Did it put you off the game?
It did, actually. I was in my teens when I actually played Street Fighter 2 for the first time. So
shocker. So it's done something bad. And then they made a game of the movie.
Yeah, I remember. I heard about that.
The Street Fighter 2, the game, the video game. Oh, it's got some
the game, the movie.
Subtitles. Yeah, something like that.
Super Mario Brothers, I guess, is the only one I've seen.
That's the point, isn't it? And what do you make of that?
It's god awful.
It's terrible.
It's really awful.
It's just so divergent from what Super Mario Brothers is. I suppose that's all they could do on a technical level back then, but Bob Hoskins couldn't save it.
But I've heard, and I mean it's famous now, it's all over YouTube, all these stories about like directors leaving and the script being rewritten and stuff like that. It's part of the Nintendo lore, I guess you could say now, so it was never going to be a good film. But I mean, some people think it's a cult classic. Not me, though. Not me. Not me. But I can't really think of any other. I've been racking my brains all day trying to think of another game film that I've seen.
The new, which isn't out yet, February, I believe, Sonic the Hedgehog movie, which doesn't look dreadful, but doesn't look good.
Do you know what? I just remembered another one. I went to see the Pokemon movie last year.
The animated cartoon, yes?
Not the cartoon, the live action one.
Oh,
what was it called? Oh, Detective Pikachu. And I went into that thinking, God, this is going to be rubbish. And it was really good. I'm not embarrassed to admit that. I really enjoyed that film.
I still haven't seen it, and I do want to see it. I have heard.
I mean, it is cheesy, but it is good. And Sonic, I mean, the first trailer was abysmal, so I'm glad that they've changed that. The most recent trailer I enjoyed, and I will go see the film for sure in the cinema. And I think it's going to have that same vibe that Detective Pikachu had, but I guess kind of more comedy based and more kind of slapstick based than Detective Pikachu, because it had a heart, did Detective Pikachu.
And Sonic's got Baby Sonic in it as well.
Oh. But what about you then? What's your favourite game movie?
I haven't seen it, but there's a TV series of The Witcher, which looks as if it will scratch the itch. But some people have said, oh, it's awful. Some people have said, no, it does what The Witcher does. It tells a nice story. It is the beginnings of the story rather than what Witcher 3 was going for. So I can't wait to watch that. That's something I'm looking forward to.
My ex and her parents have been watching that, and they absolutely love it.
Oh, cool.
They've never played the games. So they're going into it like completely blind, but they said it's like up there with Game of Thrones. They really like it.
From what I've seen of the combat, Henry Cavill is really going for it. You know, he looks as if he's fighting, it really looks nice combat. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Did you ever see The Wizard?
Is that the film with the NES in it? The Super Mario 3?
That's the one, and the Power Glove.
I've never seen it.
That's a cult classic, it's like, it's terrible. It's another terrible movie. And, there's a Super Nintendo Championships or whatever they call World Championships are in there and all that. And Super Mario Brothers 3 makes a cameo. And that, they kind of debuted Super Mario Brothers 3 in that film, which is amazing.
What's the Power Glove meme? Because it comes from that film, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Whatever it is, the meme with the Power Glove.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so bad, that one, isn't it?
So's the movie.
And I've seen lots of clips of that film, but I've never actually sat down and watched it.
And it was I watched it when I was a kid and I've never seen it again, so my recollection of it is rather hazy. I can remember not liking it even when I was a kid.
But if we're going to talk about live series as well, not just films, the Zelda one is horrendously bad. Have you seen that from the, I think, late 80s, early 90s, the Zelda?
Excuse me, princess. Oh, yes, I have.
So bad. But
it's awful.
I will admit that as a kid, I absolutely adored the Super Mario Brothers show. Or whatever it was called, Super Mario Show.
Lou Albano who used to be a wrestler.
The live action stuff was okay, but I actually really liked the cartoon as well.
The cartoon itself. I remember sitting down and watching it. I couldn't tell you a single episode of it now.
There was two. There was the Super Mario Brothers show, Super Mario show, with which was based on Mario 2 and 3.
Okay.
And then there was Super Mario World, which was based on Super Mario World. I remember watching that on Sky in the early 90s. That wasn't good. But the other one, the one that was before
the original one from the 80s. Yeah.
I had a couple of them on video and I remember them quite well. And it was quite faithful as well to the games. I enjoyed that. But I think the best one is probably, I don't know if you remember, but before Star Fox Zero came out, there was like a 15-20 minute anime.
That was amazing.
That was
Can you imagine
really good.
An entire movie in that kind of universe, in that kind of style, that kind of animated style? Well, there's a little bit of news with that. The Rogue One writer, Gary Whitta, is a big Star Fox fan, apparently. And he came out after Raf Grassetti, who is the artist for God of War, had drawn Fox, Slippy, Peppy, and Falco, and then Wolf. I don't know if you've seen these illustrations. He's drawn them as really realistic. Then the writer for Rogue One, Gary Whitta, came out and said, Nintendo, I am interested in writing an animated Star Fox movie. And then when people went, yeah. No, he was like, no, I'm really interested. Sign me up.
Yeah, I like Gary Whitta, so I would like to see that as well. Have you seen Castlevania, by the way?
Yes, I completely forgot that. Really, really good.
Yeah?
I've seen both seasons now.
Okay.
Definitely worth a watch.
I'll watch that for sure, yeah.
There's even the interaction between Trevor Belmont and the Cypher character, because they're from Castlevania 3. The kind of burgeoning, are they going to get a romantic relationship or not? That's really well done. I think the entire series has been wonderful. And I've heard that in February, season 3 should be dropping as well.
It's Netflix, isn't it?
Yes, it is, yeah.
Good. I've had that on my list to watch for ages. I've never got around to it, so I will do it.
Yes, if you're any slight interest in Castlevania, yes, definitely well worth watching. Other ones with like cameos and stuff, Wreck-It Ralph was quite good.
I've never seen that. That's Pixar, isn't it?
Okay. That is not Pixar. I can't remember who it is. It's one of the...
It's the other big...
It's the other one, Blue Sky, maybe? Or
I've never seen it.
The other one is. Various cameos, and laugh-inducing bits with the Street Fighter characters and all that. Yeah, it's good. Nice based on game. Other ones, Ready Player One?
No, never heard of it.
Not good. That was a Steven Spielberg. I don't know if he was director or just executive producer. It was his baby to make a movie that felt like a computer game, and I don't think he didn't do it justice. This guy is going in and out of different games, a bit like Wreck-It Ralph in a way. One I do recommend, and it sounds strange, but it was far better than it needed to be. It was directed by Gareth Edwards, I think, who did Godzilla, the first Godzilla movie, which is really good, is Warcraft, The Beginning.
Oh, really?
That has got some character development in that movie, and between the orcs and humans, so good. And it as far as I know, it tanked in the box office because it was just Warcraft. But for a computer game movie, that's definitely worth checking out.
I remember seeing the trailer for that in the cinema when I went to see another film and thinking, what are they doing?
I know. That's exactly good, what I thought. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is good, yes. Okay. Yes. Far better than it needed to be.
Have you seen the South Park Warcraft?
Yeah, yes. The episode where they're not the one where they're in the Warcraft, the one where they're playing Warcraft, and
the one where they're in it and playing it. Yeah.
Yes. I can't. A long time ago, yes.
Amazingly good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Energy drinks. Assassin's Creed. Did you see that movie?
Don't
Michael
want to
Fassbender. Don't bother.
I just remembered another one.
Yeah, carry on.
Prince of Persia. With Ben Kingsley.
Yes. Jake Gyllenhaal was in that. He was. Before his renaissance of all the good movies he's done, he did a turkey in Prince of Persia. Yes.
It was all right.
It's just like Assassin's Creed, isn't it? It's all right.
Yeah.
And one of my favourites is Angry Birds, the movie.
What, really?
Yeah, did you see that?
No.
This is another animated 3D cartoon, which is better than it should have been. Very funny in places.
Really?
Yes, yeah, okay. And maintains its humour throughout the entirety of the movie. Yeah, very funny. That's it. This is the addendum now, which Mike and myself, I embellished a bit. What would you like to see? Especially from Nintendo franchises. We know that Super Mario is getting made, and obviously it won't be coming out this year, maybe next year, maybe 2022. There will be a 3D animated movie for Super Mario. And that's it. That's all we know. What would you like to see, Nick?
I think, for me, the best thing that Nintendo can do, and kind of what we have seen, if we look at the past, is they need to stay away from the big franchises. Because it just doesn't work. I think the expectation's too high, or they deliver something that people don't expect and they end up hating it, as we've seen with Zelda, as we've seen with Mario, as I don't want to say as we've seen with Pokemon, because it's not really like that, but I think after the first season or two of the anime, it wasn't very good. But maybe that's just me getting older. But the movies were really bad, except Detective Pikachu. I think what Nintendo have done really well, and what I'd like to see them expand on, is what we mentioned before about the Star Fox anime. I think that's a great universe.
And the kind of Pikmin shorts and things like that, short
Pikmin shorts,
animated cartoons, funny things.
All the stuff that we've seen in the last few years, 10 years with Kid Icarus, has been really interesting as well. Like, maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea, maybe it's a bit cheesy, but there's something there that could be developed.
That banter between Palutena and Kid Icarus would make a kind of good kind of buddy cop, that kind of banter, and yes, a very funny movie could be made of it.
And I think sticking to these kind of like B tier, if you want to call them that, franchises like Star Fox, like F-Zero maybe, because they're not as popular and they're not as well known, I think having something based in this universe would, if it was bad, people would ignore it. But if it was good, it would generate interest for
that franchise.
For that franchise, exactly. Yeah. And I think if I was in charge of movies, which I'm not, I think that's what I would.
Why not?
I think that's what I would do, because that Star Fox anime was really, really good. Even though it was 15, 20 minutes. The Kid Icarus stuff, even in Smash Brothers, the Kid Icarus stuff is really cool. So I think there's something there with those kind of franchises and characters that Miyamoto always says, we don't have any ideas for this game, so we're not going to make another one, which is what they've done with Star Fox for the last 30, nearly 30 years.
Yes, nearly.
We haven't thought of a new thing, so we can't do this. and they just continually make the same game again and again and again. So I think that's a good way to bring sort of these things back. I mean, I want to say 1080 or a wave race movie, but I don't really think it would work, to be honest.
How about Wii Sports Resort, a raunchy teen comedy based on Woohoo Island.
Woohoo Island Adventure.
In a kind of American Pie-esque comedy.
With me's.
I don't think Nintendo would sign off on that. But Brie Larson of Captain Marvel fame, she has expressed, and one time as well over Halloween, she dressed up as Samus Aran's
did she really?
Zero Suit Samus. Yes, she did. And when quizzed by obviously people like us, on Twitter, it was going, you're wearing Samus. She's like, I love Metroid, and I would hands down love to be in a Metroid movie as Samus. Here we go. We've got Metroid, Brie Larson, shown an interest. We've got Star Fox movie, Rogue One writer Gary Whitta, and our raunchy teen comedy, Wii Sports Resort. Nice.
I think I would class Metroid in the Mario and Zelda category. Personally,
it'd be difficult to make a movie. You know what happened with Other M? People criticized it for too much talking. And it'd be hard to make a movie where isolation was, without it being a horror based like Alien. Have you've seen the original Alien? Without Brie Larson on her own as a Samus Aran, without putting horror elements and fear into it, it'd be difficult to pull that off as well.
Yeah.
That sense of isolation needs horror, I think. What
about you then? What would you like to see?
I'd like to see a Luigi's Mansion.
Oh, actually, yeah, that's a good
movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but
would you do live action or animation?
Yeah, why not live action, but with lots of CG.
Who would play Luigi?
That's a good question. Let's have man of the moment, Benedict Cumberbatch.
God, can you imagine?
Who would play King Boo, though?
To be honest, I think a Luigi's Mansion film would work.
What about it in the style of...
not live action, though.
No, not live action. But if it was live action, in the style of those extremely gory, bloody horror movies like Brain Dead. You ever see Brain Dead?
No.
In the end of Brain Dead, he picks up, there's loads of zombies everywhere. He picks up a lawnmower and just goes around blasting things with a lawnmower. And Luigi could do the same and have a lawnmower attachment to his poltergust blood. B100D.
I don't know. Not Nintendo's cup of tea, I think, is it?
I don't think so. A horror gore Luigi's Mansion. I'd love to see a Punch-Out movie.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I think they could do in the style of Rocky or something like that. Yeah, that would work for sure.
Behind the fighter action as well. Yeah, Punch-Out might work. There's a bit too many boxing movies nowadays.
Yeah.
How about a Xenoblade movie?
We've already got
games
one.
And movies in themselves.
Yeah, we've already got one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be as good without the game. If it was just the story, which is a bit really, isn't it? I mean, it's good. It is good. I've really enjoyed Xenoblade's 2 story, but I think without the game and it just sort of a standalone, it wouldn't work. I don't think.
I think a lot of movies suffer from that as well, don't they? You know?
Yeah.
Taking it back to that Castlevania Netflix adaptation, there was a lot of rumors that another computer game will be made, and then there were rumors of Zelda. Do you think Zelda would look as a gritty kind of Castlevania? I mean, Castlevania's rated 15. I don't think Nintendo would sign off on that, but something where people did die.
I don't ever want to see a Zelda film or a Zelda TV series. I don't ever want to see it.
You can always go back and watch the 1980s version.
Did you see, by the way, the fake April Fool's IGN trailer they made years ago?
Carry On. Is it the one where everything, not the one that everything is here? No.
No. It was, I think it must have been like 2006, 7, 8. Around the time of Twilight Princess, I think. And IGN, on April Fool's Day, they released the trailer for the live-action Legend of Zelda film.
Oh, I can't know.
Have a watch of it when we finish, yeah.
I'll
it's
have a look at
hilarious. The first time I saw it, I thought it was real.
Okay. And it's just the IGN staff in green pantyhose.
No, it's done like a real movie trailer.
Oh,
like
cool.
there's lots of CGI and stuff like that. So it took me in. I bought it completely. So it's funny though. Like watching it back now is very funny to see it again. Mega Man cartoon.
Yeah, that is
there
coming,
one,
isn't
yeah.
it?
No, there was one.
Oh, it has happened. Yes, you're right.
I'd have another one.
It.
A modern one. I'd have another one.
Yeah. They need to choose the aesthetic better. From what I can see, is that the Mega Man they chose just doesn't look like or feel like Mega Man. And too chopsy. Opens his mouth too much. Mega Man should be more quiet. Any other ideas? Well, that's it for this week.
I'm spent.
That's it then. Yeah, me too. We hope you've enjoyed, everybody. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.